Hello again. It's Josie, and thank you so much for visiting the Eccentric Services channel. This series is all about what happens when a planet transits, meaning it visits your first house. I'm using Vedic astrology, okay, loves? So work with that. Anyway, so this is the intro video to all the videos that I'm going to do for each planet because I have to do it this way, okay? So the first house is ruled by Aries, okay? And Aries is ruled by Mars energy, okay? The head, the cerebrum, the eyes, the face, the upper jaw, the ventral part of the body, the carotid arteries is what's ruled by the first house. Okay, so that's going to stay consistent through all of these videos. The planets will be visiting this area, influencing what's already ruled there, those particular energies that I just named. Now, I'm not an expert on health. I'm not an expert on chakras. I'm not a professional astrologer. Take what resonates and leave the rest, because I know I'm going to attract plenty of people trying to correct me. I will cite the places I've got this information in the description box and in the comments. Okay, loves? I'm just trying to help you out in a general fashion. So, again, this series is about how planets affect your body when they transit your first house, because your first house is your identity. It is the energy that you embody. So when planets transit your first house, you feel it, okay? Other than that, let's get on with the show. Let's get on to our next planet. Hey, it's Josie. Thank you so much for visiting the Eccentric Services channel. Forgive me for laughing. Oh my goodness. Today we're going to talk about Venus and what happens when Venus transits your first house when it comes to your body, okay? We've already covered the first house and what body parts and situations that rules, right? And now we want to talk about what happens when Venus brings its energy to the first house. So Venus rules things like the skin, the neck, the throat, STIs or venereal diseases, and the reproductive organs, okay? So when Venus comes into your first house, a lot of times it'll make you more magnetic. It'll make people like gravitate toward you more. You may have more instances of people just craving you in a sexual way and you don't understand where it's coming from. So I'm sure that's pretty much how those STIs happen. Just any and everybody coming and, hey, if you take the bait, you take the bait, right? Anyway, when it comes to Venus transiting the first house, here are some things that you can do to alleviate any of these things that may come up. Okay, I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice. So definitely getting your yearly checkup and checking yourself for STIs or any other diseases is going to be a good thing to do. Allowing yourself to have pleasure is very, very important. Okay, because a lot of people, what they do as mothers, as fathers, as grandparents, whoever you are, caregivers particularly. I'm so sorry. There's something in my eye. I'm messing with my face. Lord. Anyway, so caregivers in particular may need to pull back and kind of, have those healthy boundaries. So that's another thing, because Venus wants to love everybody. Venus is all like, yes, like a fairy running around, yes, giving hugs and wanting to buy stuff for people. No. We need to create balance. When Venus gets in that first house, you might accidentally go overboard trying to pay for something or make yourself look a certain way to a person, thinking that you need to buy them all of this stuff. Like, no. So another remedy for Venus being in the first house is to pay attention to your spending. become financially responsible, because it's way too easy to spend money when Venus is in your first house, okay? It's way too easy to overindulge too on, material things. Just getting stuff because you just felt like you had to have it. Watch out for those salespeople. Like, try to stay away from salespeople, because you'll just, yes, sure, I'll buy it. Let's see what else. Healthy ways to express the Venus energy when you're embodying it is to place it in areas where it's going to be reciprocated properly. That means don't go loving on somebody that you know it's a temporary situation, but you're expecting more. Don't get caught up. Really use your discernment, okay? Instead, take that energy and put it into your family members, into, some kind of charity work or whatever. And that's not to say that if you want to be out there having fun, just understand it's temporary. Don't jack yourself up by starting off with, oh yeah, this is a one night stand, and then after that you never leave that person alone. Stick to your guns when it comes to situations like that, or just don't do it at all. Okay? Oh my goodness. Other things that may occur when Venus is in your first house, as far as your skin. Oh, ew. That's just nasty. Some of you may sweat more. Your body temperature may be out of whack. You may be having hot flashes and things like that. The way that you're going to alleviate that is to practice cooling things. How Spirit, sometimes I have to channel this information. I'm practice. I see cucumbers and things like that. How do we want to say this? Give me a second. Okay, so what's trying to be said is it may be easy to overheat when Venus is in your first house. So lean more toward cooler activities, cooler foods, things like that. Okay? I was really? Help me, please. Help me. Hopefully y'all understood this and this helps. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.